Well, I guess then it's time to say goodbye.
I think it's for any music director, that's the most you can ask for, that you exit in such a positive note. And it's really what happened yesterday.
A very symphonic approach, very direct, rough, but still this we usually call it the big Tung-Chieh hug, that everything gets that you lead. You always feel hugged in a very smooth, sometimes silky kind of form. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu unserem Podcast zu Besuch bei Anneliese. Ich bin Felix Hilse und heute treffe ich mich hier im Regieraum des Musikforums mit Tung-Chieh Chuang, um über Musik zu reden, aber auch über das, was dahinter steckt. Freuen Sie sich auf persönliche Einblicke, kleine Anekdoten und spannende Geschichten. Schön, dass Sie dabei sind. Kommen Sie rein, machen Sie es sich gemütlich und lassen Sie uns ein bisschen plaudern. Name?
Tung-Chieh Chuang,
Where are you from?
Taiwan.
What do you do for a living?
I wave my horn. I'm a conductor.
Brahms or Sibelius?
Brahms.
Do you listen to music in private?
I do. I listen to all sorts of things. I love jazz. I listen to Keith Jarrett. And lately I have been listening to K-pop because of my daughter.
So who's picking the music at home?
It depends on what time of the day it is. Usually in the afternoon it's her turn.
We are sitting here after your last concert as music director of the Bochum Symphony.
In
which, in Bochum, up here, happened yesterday afternoon.
Yes.
How do you feel?
It's crazy. I cannot believe it's been over. The notes are obviously, the sound are obviously still in my head. I feel grateful, above all, that in the end I got to have such a wonderful ending, I feel like, here in Bochum. And I think it's for any music director, that's the most you can ask for, that you exit in such a positive note. And it's really what happened yesterday.
5 years with the Bochum Symphony. It all started... Now, if you're looking back correctly, when did we start? When was the first encounter?
2018.
2018.
And I cannot believe it's been 8 years. Time flies like crazy.
We started with, if I remember correctly, a French program, Ducat and La Péri.
Yes, and this César Franck piano variation with the orchestra. What's the piece called? That was a great memory.
Yeah.
That I love doing that piece very much. And this was really rarely played. No one ever plays this. And we had
true.
Yes. I think the orchestra also enjoyed playing the piece. I remember correctly.
And then we all thought about, maybe there's a time after. And there was a time after.
Yeah.
Started in 21, 22.
Yes.
Pretty much at the end of COVID. Not an easy start, right?
No. I remember we would plan something and would have to change. No, it was not easy at all, but I had no negative feeling whatsoever about it, because we were at the time, it's crazy how time changed. But we were at the time very grateful to already be playing live concerts. I remember how many programs we had to change, and I had to play some really small things, and I had so much fun with it. Pieces that I wish, now looking back, that I would actually play even more.
I remember when we met for more serious talks for the first time. I believe you were conducting in a neighbor city. After one of the rehearsals, you told me that Haydn was one of your favorite composers. In the end, I don't really recall we had much time to do Haydn while we were here.
Yes.
Any particular reason? I have never thought about it, but it just comes to mind.
One of the difficulty of being a game day, you have 1,000 pieces you want to do. It's difficult, but it's true. Haydn is one of my favorite. I just love doing Haydn. Every time I'm doing Haydn, not only I'm happy, I can see the musicians are happy. There is endless detail to be discovered, endless humor to be discovered. And it's just a wonderful week with Haydn every time.
More than Beethoven, or better not?
For me, yes, but Beethoven is Beethoven. It's irreplaceable. It's something about Beethoven's music that you just feel so much the will of what he wants, and this attitude of non-negotiable, and I love it.
No, but maybe there is more to discover when it comes to Haydn in the future between you and the orchestra.
That would be wonderful.
One thing we have to state from the beginning, your time as music director is ending here, but it's not necessarily, the end of any cooperation, of any music making together in the future. The opposite. We already have plans for next season, which we might be talking about a little later.
Yes.
At the beginning of that first season, your second season, but the first season without the pandemic, we took time in August, if I remember correctly, and actually 2 full days, and to redefine the orchestra setting from scratch, more or less. How do you remember this? Was it an interesting experience? Was it, also your first time as a music director, I believe it might have been something that you haven't done before.
No, it's the first time, of course, for me. I was a little bit nervous, of course. I didn't know what to expect because I'm not an expert of the concert hall acoustic in any sense. I'm not a scientist in this way. But I thought it's the right thing to do for the orchestra, for this hall at this time, and I just went for it. And what I will say now is that I think it's a never-ending process with the hall, because you can never discover too much. It should be something that we constantly adjust, something to stay even still curious about how we can even make it better with adjustments.
You've been to many different venues, concert halls all over the world. What makes this hall, the Musikforum here in Bochum, special? What are the strong sides?
Has to be the piano side of the sound. Yeah, the soft sound, how much color, how much overtone, how much character it can present during the soft passages. And when I say soft passages, of course, sound arrive from nothing. This hall has a magic for that.
From your point of view, the challenges of the hall, I'm sure there are some.
Yeah, then it has to be how you balance the forte. And especially when there are a lot of musicians on the stage. We don't have the biggest hall, we all know that. It's a hall of 1,000 seats. But I think there is still potential to play the loud passages the right way. For example, this week we are playing the Mahler 4th Symphony. How in the loud passages, for example, in the end of the third movement, as the heaven gate opens, how do you then have this golden sound or this not overwhelming, inviting sound in triple forte in this hall? How Mahler wants the audience to know that it's something from above is calling.
And it's not a punishment, but actually something positive. Well,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You can easily, the edge between punishing someone and giving joy to someone.
Absolutely.
In this hall, it can be very thin.
Yes, the margin is small.
Where do you feel have we gotten over the past 5 years in this journey of somehow reinventing the orchestra, or at least developing it, making it younger, which is a natural process, but yet also forming these new musicians who bring usually their own little impact, but yet trying to keep a general philosophy that is recognizable within the orchestra, that makes it characteristic.
I think the orchestra's personality to be remained, that is the easy part. How do you implement the new characters, the new musicians that come into Bosi? That will certainly change a little bit about the culture of the orchestra. I think everything happens in the rehearsal. For me, I've always, from the first minute with the orchestra, I want to create a welcoming, a safe place, or I don't know how you call it, a stage of freedom to express yourself, in the rehearsals. And that has remained true so that the new musicians feel very welcomed in the rehearsals, that they can play their vision of the music safely, not being judged, and then discussion of the tradition or from the conductor that remained will happen after the expression. But I want to make sure that the general atmosphere is welcoming and that it's a free place to express yourself just passionately.
What's your favorite instrument?
It has to be, of course, horn comes in first place. An instrument that I play. But sometimes, you know what's funny? I've thought about this. I think over the past 5 years, I'm pretty sure horn has been the instrument that I look at the least. I don't know if it's because there's the cliche that you don't look at your horn players, or it's the fact that I play the instrument that I know it so well that I get a little bit nervous when there is about to happen something at the big moment or something, that I get a little bit nervous. I can't look at them. But no, it's a funny thing. But second place, I would have to say it has to be cello.
Which is more or less the same, just with a bow.
More or less the same. But it's a string instrument.
And what is your least favorite instrument?
Oh, come on. You can't make me say that.
Of course I
can. I don't know, the conductor? That's not an instrument.
So
no, I don't. I can't have one.
Are we already compromising here?
No. Yes, that's true. No, I don't have one. I love them all.
See, and that is why you have become a conductor and a music director, and others like me would never be able to do that.
What's yours? What's your least favorite one? It's going to be cut out anyway.
But since we're at favorite things, or well, I'm not going to ask for least favorite things, obviously, now. We had a lot of programs together in those 5 years. But is there any program that, comes to mind where you say, this is one of my most fond memories of those 5 years?
How can one choose? It's so difficult. There are programs in itself that I found fascinating, but there are programs that came out memorable. Mahler 3 is memorable because of when it happened was during the end of the COVID. That was the first concert we could play with full force, and I was just reminded by how powerful music can be, because we have been doing so many months of smaller music, and this music just came and just blew my mind. We did a French program with Ravel, Bolero, Debussy, La Mer.
The flute concerto by Urey.
Yes, enormously difficult concerto.
It's one of those projects where, when I look back at it, I'm terribly proud of the orchestra, of everyone involved, very much of you, because you never know what you get somehow when you order a piece, especially from a spectralist composer like Philippe Urey.
Yeah.
Of course, it's been terribly difficult. It's also we had with certain musicians in the orchestra. It's like, why did I study music to do this?
Yes.
But in the end, if I look at it now, first of all, you are on top of things at any point within this piece, which is, I believe, very hard to achieve. It was very convincing. And on the other hand, musically, it makes totally sense to me hearing it now the way we performed it. And it's so different from, I believe it's so different from when you sit on stage and play and when you actually listen to it and see the whole thing in a way that most musicians never really had a chance. I believe this recording has helped also the musicians to understand what they have done and why it works within the program.
Yeah, and my most fond memory about this piece is how we developed from zero. I still remember the first moment we played this piece, people were like, what is this? And is this even possible? Is this even playable? And how could this become in the end? And within 2 or 3 days, people were like, oh, this is really becoming some emotions, something that the audience could understand from us. And also with the composer himself there, with his own explanation and everything, I just adore this process. And also I have to stress only within 2 days. It's really something, remarkable what we achieved. I'm also very proud of the orchestra.
And we have a new chance to become proud because you're going to premiere a new piece next season. When you come back in early April, we will be premiering what kind of piece?
We will be playing Dai Fujikura's concerto for 4 saxophone and orchestra. No, I'm really terribly excited about this. Every time we have a new piece coming, we have did several of those. We have been premiering a piece by Dong Hong-jin. We did one piece with Christian Jost.
We had the flute concerto. We are going to have Dai's new piece next season. So after 5 years, I was wondering last night, thinking about what is going to stay, what stays with us from those 5 years, possibly besides the 3 recordings we made. We recorded with Herbert Schuch.
Brahms' 2 piano concertos.
Live performances.
Yes.
I like telling this story because, of course, you can always say, why does the world need another recording of those 2 concertos? And I would have been among the first ones to say that from that arrogant point of view of a, music planner who sits on a desk and lives in its own bubble and sometimes is tired of what the music world does over and over again. And then I remember when the recording came in, how literally thrilled I was about the result and the energy. And it sounded so much better than I remembered the concerts, to be honest. But it's something that where I felt like, no, you really, Herbert anyway, but you also really had something to say, something that you will not necessarily find in every recording of those 2 pieces. A very symphonic approach, very direct, rough, sometimes rough, but still this we usually call it the big Tung-Chieh hug that everything gets that you lead. And you always feel hugged in a very smooth, sometimes silky kind of form. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can understand what I mean.
Absolutely. No, I can share a special feeling I have with the Brahms piano concerto was that I could feel how much the musicians, each of them actually, love these pieces from the first minute in the rehearsal. That's something truly special because you can't say with every composer that everybody just loves and can't wait to play this. Actually, you can even already feel this in the green room before the rehearsal that people are looking forward. Yes, today I'm playing Brahms piano concerto. And because it's just truly amazing music, there are moments when you just don't want to stop playing. You want to keep repeating those measures in those moments. It's just such amazing music.
Are there any soloists that you especially enjoy looking back at?
How many names can I give?
I don't know. How many can you?
You cannot believe the list. It's amazing. We have had Song Jun-cho, Augustin Hardlich, Mao Fujita was here, Hayato Sumino, Igudes Manju, Nin Fon, Herbert Schuch, Yubin Kim, Christiane Krag, Philippe Huret was, and the list went on, but I name all those people because I can tell you exactly with each one of them the feeling I had when making music with them and exactly how the musicians were reacting to them. Because with all these people, musicians were really not only blown away, they were enjoying making music with them so much. So these are really all highlights when we did music with them.
You came to Bochum from Berlin, something that you and I might share as memories, also from different point of views. How shocking was it at the beginning?
Not so much, to be honest, because the one thing is shocking, how nice people are to me.
That is so true. It is so true.
This was a shocking experience, but in a positive way, so no complaint there. But I just enjoyed Bochum so much because it's greener. And I love always coming from Taipei. I'm not a fun person of traffic and just too many people and too loud, too crowded, too nervous everywhere. And I always enjoy a bit more private, quieter, greener place. And Bochum was the perfect place to, after 6 years of Berlin, the perfect place to come to.
Yeah, Berlin usually is a place to survive somehow. And we realize that whether you're there or not, it really doesn't matter. No one cares.
No one cares. And they treat you like you don't matter.
Yeah, it's like you're always on the way anyway.
Yes,
so
yes.
Let me through. And
even sometimes in coffee shop, you are getting coffee there and they are like, why are you here?
Yeah, like, don't disturb me. But Bochum is, I always say Bochum is quiet, but anything but boring. Because quiet and boring is certainly not the same. It can be a very vivid place. If you know where.
Yeah.
But you can always hide if you don't want that kind of excitement.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree.
What are your future plans? I mean, it's a very general question, of course, and we hear rumors that you might be crossing the Ruhr River onto the other side, closer to Rhineland. Is any of that true?
I will be freelancing. No, there will be a lot of engagements in Asia. But I will be still based in Germany. I think I have several actually projects that hasn't been realized, which I'm extremely looking forward. No, I can't wait to share with the world, but right now I'm working on it.
So where are you moving? Can you tell us?
Düsseldorf.
Really, Düsseldorf?
Yes.
How much cliché does it need as a Taiwanese person to move to Düsseldorf?
Not much. I need my food.
Well, I guess then it's time to say goodbye for now. Those 5 years as music director of the Bochum Symphony have come to an end. We will see you back, surely. The next chance to experience you with our orchestra and with your orchestra is in April 2027. But also me personally, I have to thank you for these really, really interesting, intense 5 years with these very different programs from what we had before. Every concert with you, also for the audience, really felt like a hug. I believe it's something I hear very often from musicians, from the audience. And there really is a Tung-Chieh Chuang way of approaching music. And I think you could tell last night that, not just last night, but especially last night, that everyone in the house, that everyone in the audience has cherished this way of music making over the past 5 years. And we are still looking forward, of course, to the future project that will come.
Thank you very much. And I also want to give a personal thank you to you as well for the past 5 years. I think we have did really amazing journey of, inviting the guest conductors. We have had many great names that not only I was the one who carried the orchestra a little bit, and all these wonderful artists who have contributed musically as inspiration for the musicians. That is certainly one of the highlight is our guests during my 5 years here, and the quality of the guests, which was really fantastic. Also thanks to you, and just Like I said, this speech to the orchestra, I wish them nothing but the best, and also I wish them happiness in not only on stage doing music, but also everyday life, and I cannot wait to come back next year and see how happy they are.
We are looking forward to that. Tung-Chieh, thank you for sitting down with us.
Pleasure, Felix.
And, well, actually, hear you soon.
Thank you. We will be premiering Dai Fujikura's concerto for 4 saxophone.
And orchestra, I hope.
We will be playing Dai Fujikura's concerto for 4 orchestra. 4 orchestras.
And just one saxophone. It has to be rewritten.
And it has to fit the stage.